flip book. You're like, I don't give a shit. I just want it to have a common ancestor of paper flip book. And then I realized, like, I just don't understand what you're talking about. It's like Baby Groot. He's like, this button? No, not that button. We're all gonna die, and it's your fault, you little tree. And we're gonna try some of this, because this is more what you do in Unity, is you create an object and you like slap a whole bunch of components on it and crap like that inside of a prefab or whatever. Just never let a tree handle electronics like that. Yeah, they're always trying to do that. Like walk into the store, some bush tries to snag my phone. I'm just like, get the hell out of here, man. Don't make me get the lawnmower. And the bush says, cool, man, cool. And then I realize I'm on way too many drugs. Or not enough. Okay, so simple animated effect, select asset, and look, we've got all these different effects that we can do. So let's grab the barrel explosion flipbook and we'll play that. What is this? New paper flipbook component has... What is this getting pissed about? Oh, it's getting pissed that both of these things have the same name. Okay, so we want... Yeah, this is Anim controller. Yeah, usually it's not things trying to steal your phone. Usually it's things trying to steal your headphones. Like, man, the audacity on some of these trees around here. How dare they exist? It'd be really funny if like plants had feelings, because then you'd have to put things into perspective. Like, you don't keep like a sack of guinea pigs in your basement to eat, you know? Like, that doesn't really work. But you do keep a sack of potatoes in your basement, right? The cold dead body will I get my headphones. Yeah, those sneaky plants. Where'd they go? Now let's figure out why our things aren't working here. So our actor variable is optimized away. The flipbook component was grabbed. We're calling rebuild and finding our delegates. Alright. And then update and post update aren't being called. Oh. So the issue here is our animation controller component has an update and it also has a post update call. And the animation controller is basically made to be updated from the Dashkin entity actor itself. So we got pre-physics and then we got post-update work, and it's actually grabbing our animation controller component. Yeah, we're creating this guy on here. When discussing if things are truly alive or sentient, usually my thinking is biased towards what is delicious to eat. I find that affects my judgment quite a lot. Let's see. Well, do we want the effects to have a post update? I mean, it seems pretty damn clear that they don't necessarily need a post update. They're already post updating. The effect actor tick is called in the post update work tick loop. So what we really need to do is we need to, with our specialized components, we need to go ahead and call them. Or is there a way for our... Yeah, we need to specifically call the tick update on some of these guys. So we need to get our own component inside of the begin play here. We're going to go ahead and snag our animation controller component and we'll go ahead and call tick on that one. It's a bit of a hack, but I'm fine with it. I'm not gonna get upset over it. There's plenty of other things to be upset about. So what I believe is happening is we're spawning those animation objects. Things can be conscious and delicious all at the same time. It's true. What I'm thinking is the reason nothing's showing up is because we're not updating them properly, and when they don't update properly, they don't switch their flipbooks to their appropriate animations. So they never call play, and never do any of the things that you would expect them to do. Oh man. Well then. Cannot include file Dashkin animation controller.h. That's because it doesn't exist. It's animation controller component.h. Cannot access protected member. Wait, what? Oh, that's because it's not a friend. We're gonna just make sure that these two classes are friends. Which is also just completely retarded. Alright, yeah, fine. Fine, I'll make your update public, and you can deal with that. Oh man, does this mean we need both the pre and post update loops for these damned effects? Oh, it kind of does, doesn't it? Let's take a look at the entity actor real quick and see what we've got. So we've got post-update work and pre-physics. We want a pre-physics tick group on our... Yeah, damn it. Alright, well, fine. Shh. Go Gadget. Why the hell not? So we're going to do the opposite. So let's see, it is entity actor, it's pre-physics. Make it so. Yes, this is true. So, pre-physics, let's see what else we've got with this post-update tick. Post-init properties. Alright, well, let's continue to copy-paste this shit everywhere. Because we can. Virtual void override. And then our tick. And basically a lot of these engines are made to have different tick loops and all this stuff, and I'm basically making... Yeah, this is a tick effect too. I'm basically getting around a lot of these things. Cycle counter, post-update tick, we want pre-update tick. So we're gonna have tick and where's the post-update tick for this bastard? Post-update tick. It's just like this. I'm just gonna call it pre-update tick. Most of these guys are only supposed to tick once and all this sort of things, but we need to tick multiple times. And I like how Unity does its ticking, where it's a little bit more flexible. You can get called multiple times and things like that. It still has the same damn problems with a lot of this, where you're like, I need something to control all this crap and have the engine not do all these things. Let me see. Yeah, I think this should be okay. We may need to do a post update tick or some other shit in here. We'll see. No, I have not seen those. From today's stream, well, I woke up and then I started streaming myself, so... I've been just focused on getting stuff done this week because we're kind of trying to get our prototype milestone completed, and the last thing I've got is effects, so I'll have to apologize. I've not been looking at anybody's anything, so it's not just you, it's everyone. But if you've got some cool drawings, go ahead and throw them out there, and I can go take a look. Pre-update tick. When is the prototype due? Well, theoretically, there is no due date. Like, we don't have a publisher or something else. But we want to be quote-unquote prototype milestone the end of this weekend. So that would be Monday, would be our goal. And that's kind of how we've been organizing things, is we organize ourselves into milestones, and then we set goals that we want for the milestone, and when the date rolls around, we basically score ourselves and be like, all right, we made it or we didn't make it, and this is what we need to do, and kind of just changes our. So if we like miss a milestone or whatever, basically it means we need to readjust the schedule. You know, it impacts things. So it'd be like if we totally miss a milestone or something, then it's like, well, let's see, you know, we need another X number of weeks. Let's see where it fits in the schedule and what we can do about that, or not do about that, right? Why is this getting pissed off? This was null pointer instead of get component by class. So like get owner is null? Oh well shit, of course. We're just supposed to call get owner by class here, not get owner. And for us, prototype is basically that Bitey can move and run and jump and do all those things that we want him to be able to do. That he's playing his animations. That we've answered a lot of questions that we wanted to answer. And we've got a lot of systems online. It is not that we have a full level or we have a prototype game that we would like send to people or something. That's not what we mean by prototype. Well, where are they? We're spawning actors. Where the hell are they? They're at 0-269. They have a paper flipbook component. The source flipbook is null? The flipbook is this. Alright, so we call play animation, and the flipbook is here. So wanted state flipbook is this. Let's take a look at our update. Our current state is this flipbook. Well, it doesn't seem like it actually triggered my breakpoints when we played. So why not? Animation controller is null. Why not? Why did this not get called? Post actor spawn. Like, we've got this Dashkin animation controller component. A actor, unreal. Alright, so it should be just this find component by class. We probably want to do the same thing over on this. Try to make it simple. All right. Well, this effect actor is null, of course. This anim controller is still null. Why? Why? What has our actor got on him? Our actor, no owner, children, empty, root component is root. Owned components has got a root component. Like, this thing only owns one component called root. Wait, was that true? Begin play is being called before. Alright, so spawn actor. So begin play is being called. Hmm. So we need to have like a post setup function or something like that. Because when we call spawn actor here, it's not everything we need. So it's that begin play is being called after we have already done things. So I mean, we could do like an if first tick or something, but that's not very good. We could do like a setup thing. Yeah, that's probably what we should do, is just do something like that. And just say it might be called more than once. So we're just gonna call actor setup before we return actor. And that should actually make this thing do what it's supposed to. Jeez. Alright. So let's hope that or let's not hope, let's make certain. Our objects will now will now be visible. Anim controller is non-null. so where is it? It's at... This paper flipbook actor is got a negative X value of a very large amount when it shouldn't have that. It's like it got attached to the parent in just the wrong place. And this is another one of those order of operation things, I think, where I'm setting the transform. No, actually, they're not off to the right. They are real close and off to the left. But yeah, you got the right idea going on there. Basically what was happening was it's attaching these components, it's attaching them at the origin, but it's attaching them in the wrong mathematical space. Alright, let's take a look. Paper flipbook. Damn it. Let's see. It's basically this attached to is wrong. So I want to see if there's anything with new object, Unreal, attach. Yeah, so it's getting attached properly. The problem is it needs to be like, we need to actually call attach to component. Yeah, as you can see, it's Unreal doesn't really like this at all. It's definitely not set up for nicely kind of creating and attaching components here to something you've made. It really wants to have them all made in the constructor for the object. It's kind of damned annoying. It's not very flexible. It's like I want to make something and I want to put stuff on it, you know? That's easier for me to do. And it looks like it's much more set up for content creators to build stuff in the editor and have them spawn as like one-off objects. Which is fine, but it's annoying. Translucent, unlit, sprite material, animation controller, visible is true. Where is it? Well, let's see if setting the transform in the constructor does anything. Maybe we have to actually attach it as like something like this? Yeah, that might be it. Like we're attaching it to its root component as opposed to attaching it to its other stuff. And maybe we can get rid of the attached to components. Come on, let me drag it. Again, it looks like it's getting attached to the wrong spot, but now it's actually set, it looks like, on the right thing. It's just attached improperly. So it's basically like, what we should do is, come on, stop that crap. Do it something like this. Because it got rotated properly. You know, off of the thing, which is good. But wrong. It just doesn't look like it's... Fine then. Fine then. We're just gonna... Just gonna copy paste what we knew here. Nah, it's just order of operations crap. Unreal just doesn't like doing this at all. This is annoying. And this is why we're doing all this stuff now, is we're figuring out how to actually create objects. I mean, you'd think it'd be a lot freaking easier than this. Like, We're trying to just add a component to an actor. You'd think you could just do that and it would just fucking work, as opposed to this sort of bullshit that's going on right now. It's like, where is the damn thing, you know? Like, why isn't it set up? It's just rotated in the wrong goddamn place. It's like, okay, so we attached it, and when it got attached, it just fell off the fucking universe, and doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah, these components are not following the root component whatsoever. They're not attached. Like, that's a fucking lie. This is why I don't like a lot of how they construct objects in these engines. It's just like, come on. It's all optimized for people making stuff inside of the editor instead of making stuff inside of code. And it's like, well, I get it, but not all of us are running with a team of 60 people where we want everything made inside of content. Like, I'd like to just, you know, make a goddamn component attached to something without having to call 20 different things. Just like, you'd think the defaults would be if I attach a component to something that it just gets attached to it and doesn't have all this crap hanging off of it, you know? You know, that it would actually do something like that. You know, by default, which is what it should be doing. Because, yeah, the paper flipbook component is supposed to have a 000, and the same thing with this. It's not supposed to have extra translations because it's supposed to be on the root component. And you think if you attached it to the actor that it would say, oh, well, there's a root component to this actor, so I should attach it there. But it's probably legacy behavior on these engines where somebody, you know, maybe there wasn't a root component at some point, and they're just like, oh, well, you passed in the actor, so obviously you want to attach it to the actor. It's like, well, maybe. So now the question is, do I actually have to call these things? We're gonna learn here if any of the order of any of this crap actually matters, which one is actually fixing our problem. If it's attached to component, that is wrong. If it is attaching it to the actor as opposed to the root component, that's wrong, or what? Just setting it to 0 probably wouldn't work, Karakin, because if the actor moves, the thing isn't stuck to it. So we need it to be correct. So just calling new object does not actually attach it with a snap. The default must not attach to the object. So the question is if it's just the snap or if it's the register component. So we'll find that out. Or if it's both, right? Okay, so the snap didn't work. Does registering the component make it do what it should? If it's literally all three of these have to be called, it's just kind of insane. Like, not only do I have to call a new object with that thing as the owner, but then I have to call attach, then I have to call register. It's like, whoa, what? Then what the hell good is new object? Yeah, it's all three. You have to call all three of those damn things in order to actually... That's amazing. Well then, what the hell does new object do when it has a parent, right? Like, that's the question, is like, I'm passing in this root component as the parent to this new component that I've made. So like, I made a box and I said, okay, box, follow this other box, and it's like, cool, and then it doesn't do anything. And I'm like, no, I told you to follow that. I'd be like, well, you didn't tell me to follow it in the same, the same distance I am now. I'm just like, why do I have to tell you that? Be like, well, because I'm a computer and I'm dumb as a bag of hammers.